We have some breaking news on that Prince Harry case. Let's go straight back to the court and my colleague Rich Preston. Rich.
Nicky, good morning. Thank you. Yes, in the last few minutes we've had an update from Prince Harry's barrister. Helena Wilkinson, our correspondent, is still with me outside the court. Helena, what have we heard?
Yeah, so we've got a correspondent in the courtroom. In the last few moments, Prince Harry's barrister has told the court that there has been an agreement has been reached between both parties. So Prince Harry has settled his case with NGN newspapers. That breaking news in the last couple of moments. Let me just read you a couple of lines that we've had from our reporters in the courtroom. That NGN Group, so they are the publishers of the Sun newspaper who Prince Harry was taking to trial and was suing for unlawful information gathering into his private life. NGN Group offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex. So that news in the last couple of minutes that there has been agreement between the parties and that NGN Group offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex. Also, another line that's just come out of court is that there is going to be a substantial damage payment. So we were expecting to hear this morning whether the 8-week trial or so would go ahead or not. We now have that breaking news in the last couple of moments, which is a dramatic news here at the High Court, the Rolls Building, that there has been agreement reached between the parties, NGN Group offering a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex and substantial damage payment. Now, all along, Prince Harry has said he wanted accountability. For him, it hasn't, he said, been about the money. It hasn't been about the money. He has wanted an apology. He has wanted to come here to court. We know that there have been more than 1,700 claimants who have settled claims with NGN, the publishers of the Sun newspaper, and now the closed News of the World that closed back in 2011. He has wanted to come to court on behalf of those people as well, including the likes of Hugh Grant and Sienna Miller, who settled claims previously. And he's wanted to have, if you like, his day in court. He's wanted to expose what he has said has been unlawful information gathering into his private life, going back many years, some of the articles when he was young, and he has said he wanted that day in court. But today, in the last few moments, agreement has been reached. That High Court settlement has been reached for Prince Harry, and a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex. He will, of course, be very pleased with this. What we don't know is the exact terms of this settlement. Unlikely we'll find out how much he has been awarded in damages, but we can tell you that the way they're phrasing it in the courtroom, substantial damage payment. So an apology to the claimants. What we don't know yet is whether the other claimant in this case, the former Labour MP Tom Watson, he was the other person standing, if you like, in this case. He is in the courtroom at the moment. We haven't heard yet whether he has settled, but we know for Prince Harry a substantial damage payment and a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex.
Helena, what do we know about the other elements of this case in terms of the accusations of corporate cover-up? Do we know if there's been any acknowledgement on that front, any apology for any activity there by News Group newspapers?
We don't yet. What we were going to see if the trial went ahead here was the two claimants, their cases were going to be put forward. Harry's specific case was not about hacking because in this particular trial, and that's because he was out of time. The judge had ruled he was out of time, so he couldn't bring any hacking allegations, but the allegations he was putting forward or going to put forward were about unlawful news gathering techniques used, he said, by journalists on the Sun newspaper and the News of the World. NGN has always denied unlawful activity at the Sun. Part of the trial, again, was going to be that generic case, which was the important part, if you like, of this trial, where the allegations were, on behalf of the claimants, that the people at the very top of the organisation knew about what was going on. There was a cover-up and there was a destruction of evidence. What we don't know at this stage, again, as I say, are the terms of the apology. What are they specifically apologising for? We probably will find out that at some point later this morning. But I think we can expect, we know Prince Harry is not in court today. We understand he's in California at the moment, but we can expect, I think, his barrister David Sherborne at some point, like he did in 2023 with the Mirror Group case that Harry brought, to come out. You can probably make out the dozens of photographers, camera crews waiting out here. I think we can probably expect David Sherborne to come out at some stage and potentially read a statement on behalf of Prince Harry, but we'll get more details as the morning goes on.
Helena, this is a case that's gone on over many years, potentially many decades. Remind us the backstory here and what got us to this point.
Yeah, so Prince Harry, as I said, has always been determined to bring the cases to court. It's been a very personal battle for him against the tabloid newspapers. And back in 2023, he won that case against the Mirror Group. He won substantial damages in that case. And he's brought this other case here to trial. Now, the allegations are that, or were that, the journalists on the Sun newspaper were using unlawful methods to obtain information about his private life. And there were a series of high-profile witnesses who were going to be called to this trial. So let's just remind you of that breaking news in the last couple of moments, that there has been agreement between the parties, that NGN Group, that's News Group newspapers, the publisher of The Sun and the long-closed News of the World, they have offered a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex and substantial damage payment as well, but we don't know the amount of that. We may not find that out. But we're still waiting to hear about Tom Watson. I don't know if you've had any other information. We've got reporters in the courtroom at the moment.
Well, I can see News Group newspaper's apology to the claimants, which was read in open court, and let me actually read that to you now. It says, News Group newspapers offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex for the serious intrusion by the Sun between 1996 and 2011 into his private life, including incidents of unlawful activities carried out by private investigators working for the Sun. NGN also offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex for the phone hacking, surveillance and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators instructed by them at the News of the World. It goes on to further apologise for the impact on the Duke of the extensive coverage, and then goes on to add an apology for Lord Watson as well. So we will continue to get more information about what's being discussed in court. As Helen mentioned, we have a correspondent in the courtroom listening into proceedings now, and we will bring you that when we have it. But for now, Nikki, back to you in the studio.
Rich, thank you very much indeed.